Hey, what's up, everyone? Tim Uchuk here. Thought I would put together a quick video around because I'm seeing so many posts of people procrastinating. They're getting a little bit stir crazy in their homes, and I just wanted to share some best practices that I've learned around this thing called procrastination. And it wasn't for me until I got into the worlds of manufacturing and software development where I saw how critical being productive was, right? In manufacturing software development, minutes can mean, thousands of dollars potentially, especially when you make mistakes. So I just want to share with you some patterns that have been really, really impactful for me in my business. In fact, what I want to share with you completely turned my world upside down when it came to how I ran my entire organization. I've been sharing this with clients of mine for years now, and it really comes down to you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be like a management guru or anything like that. You really just it comes down to understanding a set of patterns and following them. And when you know them and when you follow them, anybody can really do it. So, starting right here, what I have here is time equals money, because really, especially as an entrepreneur, that's what it comes down to, right? And for those of you that have seen this here, I repeat myself pretty often because this is so important. This is our rate of progress, right? And the decisions that you make each and every day, right? Today determines the tomorrows of our lives are really, really important, because if your average day you're spreading yourself way too thin and you're not moving the needle, well, guess where you're going to be, a month from now, a quarter from now, a year from now, versus making your average days actually count. And so that's what we're really talking about here. So the chart, we've got, again, time on the horizontal, can't control it. Everybody's got the same 24 hours in a day. Progress on the vertical, we can control it. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about if these are weeks or days, we want to increase our progress every single day so that we can start to get some compound effect, accelerating towards our big future. So this is what we're talking about. And the analogy I want to share with you here, this conveyor belt, I want to talk a little bit about that. And there are three patterns specifically that I want to share with you to help cut through procrastination and just make you much more effective on your average day, which is really going to compound and accelerate your rate of progress in your business and in your life. Okay, so what's this conveyor belt here? Well, if you think about all the stuff that you've got, like this to-do list, all these things that you have to get done, right? And a lot of us have over 100 things that we have to get done. But the fact that we only have 24 hours in a day, we're only one person. To the extent that we can really discipline ourselves and leverage teams and automation and systems, that's how we impact this rate of progress, right? So I always like to think, like, at the end of a day or the end of a week, in software, when they're building out like features, for example, they say that they're shipping them. So when they're done, like this thing that you're building, think of like tasks that you're working on. You're working on them, and then when they're done, when they're ready, when they're completed, just picture like a truck backing up and you're delivering it. So that's when you're reaping the benefits of all the things that you're working on. So hiring key team members, closing deals, hitting your prospecting goals, stuff like that, right? All these things that we're working on, we want to complete them so that we can, see the fruits of our labor. If they're not completed, let's say you've got a bunch of stuff that you've started, that's no better than a half-built bridge, meaning you put time and energy and resources and potentially money into it, but the cars can't cross the bridge yet, right? It's a half-built bridge. This is like the most wasteful thing that I see so many people engaging in is half-built bridges, right? And so when we look at this conveyor belt here, what we want to do ideally is have, if these are all the tasks that you're working on, right, and you're moving them forward to completion, we want to have, hopefully the highest value things at the front of this conveyor belt. So how do we do that? These three patterns I want to share with you. Let's start with the first one, which is, this is a signal to noise ratio little chart. So you, like the EKG patterns that you see in the hospitals, signal to noise ratio is, if you think about the radio signals, you're driving down an old dirt road and it's a really staticky signal. That means you've got a lot of noise relative to the signal. And when you've got a high signal to noise ratio, that means that it's crystal clear signal. And so this analogy is perfect when it comes to people who get distracted constantly. Concrete example, let's say you're trying to work on something and your phone buzzes, and then you see a pile of paper on your desk, and you see notifications, blinking on your screen. what do you think your chances are of achieving any amount of success and sustained focus? Pretty minimal. And so you can control your ability to focus and actually get stuff done, close loops, by minimizing the noise, right? You want to strengthen your signal to noise, and that means minimizing distractions. So what do? You close your door, you turn off your phone, you turn off notifications, close the tabs, clear your desk, and eliminate all of the noise, all the potential distractions. And this is going to help you to actually minimize your work in process by actually getting stuff done, because you won't be bouncing around between 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different things simultaneously. We want to strengthen your signal to noise. Number two, we can do this by we can increase the velocity of this conveyor belt, right? Get more things done in your world by creating a constraint. So this is less than or equal to 3. So when you wake up in the morning, or even better if you're planning the night before for tomorrow, looking at everything you have to get done, pick three things. And if you can get more than those 3 done, fantastic. But pick 3, because what that is going to force you to do is prioritize, right? Out of all these things, if I could only pick 3, what would they be? It's also going to force you to break things down into meaningful bite-sized chunks. So, you don't have 40 hours in the day. What can you actually accomplish? And you're going to construct it in such a way that it's realistic. So picking a constraint and identifying no more than 3 things to get done in a day. That's another strategy. Number 3, creating positive feedback loops. So you've picked these 3 things and you've strengthened your signal to noise. You've got a great work environment. If you actually get these things done, reward yourself through small gestures, creating a positive feedback loop so you can start to build a habit. And you can do this. I do this by rewarding myself with like a nice coffee, dark chocolate at the end of the day, nice bottle of wine, whatever is going to be something small but meaningful for you, to reward yourself for actually doing these things, completing 3 things. And that means closing the loop. They're actually done. You haven't just started them, you've completed them. Reward yourself in a small way and celebrate the wins so that you can strengthen that gratitude muscle and reinforce these habits. And so you want to create a positive feedback loop by, again, rewarding yourself for following through with these things here. So strengthening your signal to noise, minimizing your work in process by introducing constraints. And this is going to, by following these, it's going to allow this conveyor belt. You're going to be much more productive and effective, right? And you're going to be prioritizing by biggest bang for your buck. And you're actually going to be completing things because you're going to be able to focus for a long period of time. And by following these 3 strategies, you're going to increase your rate of progress. And you might not notice it over the course of a half day, but if you follow these for weeks and months, you're going to compound your rate of progress, and you're going to see much, much more traction within your life, within your business. And again, time equals money, especially if you're an entrepreneur. And for all of us, huge opportunity cost when we're not working on the right things every day and every week. So hope this is helpful when it comes to procrastinating, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all habit-forming creatures. We all procrastinate to some degree. But if you follow, if you understand, and you apply patterns like these ones, you're going to be just set up for success. So hope that's helpful, and I will catch up